Hey everybody, hope everybody's doing well. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Jerry. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I do a lot of sharing on individual investments. I share my financial journey, and I every month I share with you the dividends, my projected dividends for the coming year, and any changes in the portfolio. So if you'd like to see me share with you everything that I'm doing in the stock market, and the mistakes and the successes, all of that, please like, share, subscribe. I'd appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me you're new. I respond to all comments so far. We're up over 550 subscribers, and I couldn't be more thankful. So thank you. Now, once a month, I put out a portfolio update, and last month in April, we ended up with, where's that number? Am I going to be able to see it without screwing up my thing here? We ended up with a projected annual income of $1,234.19. Now, I didn't think I was very active in the stock market in May. And the reason why I didn't think I was active is, some of you know, my business has been affected by the shutdowns. A lot of my business and income that I make is reliant on social gatherings, softball parties, family reunions, things of that nature. So that has really been affected me. So I kind of pulled back and was conservative. At least I thought, until I started looking at the activity that I did in May. And just to show you here, we'll go quickly over it real quick. Good one, Jerry. You'll see the dark blue is my M1 Finance account. This entire green, it's easier to explain over here. This bright green is Fidelity. This darker green is Fidelity Taxable. I got a couple of new ones I'll explain a little bit later. And the brighter blue is my Chase Roth IRA. So bright green, Fidelity, wife, Roth IRA, blue, my Roth IRA, and then taxables in M1 and Fidelity. So when I was checking out what I did for May and I was updating my spreadsheets, I was like, wow, I did quite a bit of stuff, and I made the biggest changes in M1 Finance. Long story short, Fidelity kind of denied. I had a small account with M1 Finance, and Fidelity kind of denied. They didn't flat out say they were going to deny the transfer fee over to Fidelity, but they said they were not going to cover it. So it was, I'm staying with M1 Finance for now, but I'm making the biggest changes in M1 Finance, and you'll see right here. So Prudential, let me get back over to number of shares. Here we go. Prudential last month I had 1.2. I've upped that to 7.4. I'm not going to say that whole number, but I added about 6 shares of Prudential into M1 Finance. I dropped PepsiCo altogether. IBM, I added about 0.67 shares of IBM. ExxonMobil, I added about 4 shares of ExxonMobil, averaging down in that position. I dropped Avgo, I dropped Gilead Sciences, and I kept 3M, and I only added a little bit to 3M. But the big change was I added QYLD. That's the ETF that I've been making a few videos on. And I added 43.81 shares of QYLD. And then moving on, we go down to the Fidelity Roth IRA, Archer Daniels Midland ADM. I had 11 at the end of April, and I'm ending May with 15 shares of ADM. I made no changes in SYY Cisco Foods, made no changes in Canadian Imperial Bank. I still only have 5 shares. Coke, I added 2 shares of Coke to bring that up to 10 shares. PPL, the utility, I added 3 shares to bring that up to 30.147. Wells Fargo, I had 30 shares at the end of April, added 1. Pfizer, didn't make any changes, but I may. This is Friday evening, and they kind of sold off, so I may have an opportunity to add some of Pfizer on Monday. BPYU, that's Brookfield Property REIT, I added about 7 shares there, just to average down my cost. Ventas, ticker symbol VTR, added 1 share there to bring it up to 50 to bring down my average cost. And AT&T, I got paid a dividend. Some of these I got paid a dividend, but I don't really track monthly dividends. If I track that I get them, but I don't say, hey, that's not what these updates for. These updates are for, I project my annual and monthly dividends going forward. But I got paid a dividend of AT&T, and it dripped 0.99 shares. I was that close to a PSR of 1 on that share. Let's see what else. Oh, THW, I didn't add to. I did get paid a dividend today. I didn't update the share count though, but it wasn't very much. I think I got $1.50 or something. And then UTF, I added 6 shares of UTF, which is the infrastructure fund. Got paid a dividend from them today too. Those are both monthly funds. Walgreens Boots Alliance, I ended the month of April with 5 shares, and I ended May. I added 10 shares of Walgreens Boots Alliance. Now these next 2 over here on the left are something new. I do have a Webull account, but I've only gotten free shares, and all the free shares I've gotten I've sold off. So, but I got 2 shares of Levi's on this last referral that I did, and I like the company actually. So I kept it in here, and I added it to the spreadsheet. I'll probably end up selling it because I don't know if I'm going to use Webull as a broker. And this next one is VER, which is VEREIT. It is a REIT, a real estate investment trust. Very similar portfolio to Realty Income, ticker symbol O. They've had some, they've had a sketchy history, let's just say. But they reported earnings and had strong earnings with strong rental payments. And before earnings, I added 30 shares of REIT. This is in my Robinhood account. It's a spec play, and I'd probably sell it if it bounces up a little bit more. I'm up 10% on that with a cost basis of like $5, but this is kind of like a mini O, except it doesn't pay monthly dividends. Let's see, what else we got? Leggett & Platt, I added 3 shares of Leggett & Platt. Verizon, I just got a dividend in Verizon. Got me a tiny little drip there. Cisco System, the technology play, I had 30 shares at the end of April, and I added 2 more shares here in May. And doing nothing on these energy plays, AMLP and VET. Bank OZK, I added 7 shares of Bank OZK, and that's in the financial sector. It's a mid-cap bank. And then Meredith, I added 5 shares of Meredith to bring my total up to 60. Altria Group, I ended April with 62. I added 7 shares to total up to 69 shares of Altria Group. Now let me minimize this and we'll go through a couple of things. Just some updates. This one right here, VET, they stopped paying dividends, and I'm trying to get out of it. But I'm selling covered calls against it. I do own 100 shares. I actually sold one today with a strike price of $5. So it's trading at $4.97 right now. I sold it for a strike price of $5 for an expiration of June 19th. It paid me almost $40, and I ended up buying a share of Altria Group that is paying 8.6% dividend yield. So got a free share out of Vermilion Energy there, even though they're not paying dividends. And that's about it, guys. Average yield throughout, the average total yield is 5.88%. And if we look, my annual dividend income right here, $1,461.41. So I am very happy about that, because if you saw last April, we ended at $1,234.19. So just in the month of May, I added, what is that? Top of the head math, $220 something in dividend income for the year. So I'm happy about that. Covered call income, I only sold that one $40 call on VET in the month of May. So all in all, so far this year, I've made $242.52 in covered call income. My current monthly average is $121.78. I have a monthly goal of $200 a month in this year, 2020. And if I keep going the way I've been going, the way I've gone from April to May, I think I can still get there. You see right here, I did suffer some decreases, because in February I was at $1,525.64, and that dropped down with a bunch of dividend cuts and everything else. And that's why you don't chase high yield companies, because in March, look what happened. Between March and April, I dropped almost $300 in dividend income, but I'm crawling back, so I feel good about that. If we look at the overall pie, 18% in consumer staples, 15% in communications, 15% in financials, 17% in real estate, 9% in healthcare, 6% in utilities. These two that I would really like to build up a little bit more, and that is industrials, which is sitting at 4%, and technology at 8%. So that's it, guys. My May dividend portfolio update. I'm pretty happy about it, because my annual projected income is increasing, and for those of you who have just started, just stay consistent. If you're dividend investing, don't chase high yield. Just stay consistent and invest what you can, and don't stress over it, because you have a lot of time ahead of you, and time is your best friend. And me crawling back out of the dividend cut doldrums is very encouraging. So hope you guys enjoyed. I know this went on long. Appreciate you being here. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.